In today's video, we're diving into the upcoming pattern. Again, like we've been discussing all week long, we do have major storms happening across the deep south, southeast, and up into the entire eastern seaboard. We are talking about potential flooding, as there is up to 10 inches or more of precipitation expected for some folks, among other areas seeing overall just really far above average precipitation. We also see that there is a big cool down that is here, but we do expect to warm up a little bit later on, so we will discuss that. Looking a little bit into the tropics and even severe weather, so this is going to be an action-packed video today. Let's just dive into it. And as we take a look at tomorrow afternoon on Sunday, July 21st here, what we see is this ongoing situation for the southeast and deep south in general. Again, no surprise because this has been ongoing and we don't expect it to end really soon at all. We see storms all the way from New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and Arizona, eastward through the south central states like Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and into the southeast like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina, North Carolina, and up into Virginia. Now, we do see that there is some thunderstorms ongoing, a little bit more sporadic, but they are there for the northern plains and upper Midwest, the Great Lakes here, and then even into the Northeast as well. So I don't want to just focus in on this area. There is other things happening as well. It is definitely the biggest thing happening, though. Monday here on July 22nd, what we're seeing is lots and lots of thunderstorms around for, again, your Rockies into the Four Corner States, the entirety of the plains now, the Great Lakes into the Ohio Valley and Southeast, and then even the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic being impacted. So really, we are seeing 75% of the nation dealing with some of these showers and thunderstorms by this point. So things are getting a little bit more intense here by Monday the 22nd in just a couple of days. Let's take this all the way towards Tuesday, the 23rd, and what we see is a lot of the same, of course. Getting a little bit more focused in here on the areas like Texas and the deep south, all the way up the southeast and into the northeast here, where really we have some heavier pockets in here for New England and the rest of the northeast, and then kind of the deep south up the southeast coast here, and then even up here for areas in the upper Midwest and some of the central plains. As we take a look here at Wednesday on July 24th, we continue to see this area of storminess really just thrive, I think is a great way to put it. Unfortunately, this is just going to every single day increase the flooding risk as we see heavy precipitation here. We see Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia here, still dealing with a lot of these showers and thunderstorms by this point. We also see that the upper Midwest, Ohio Valley into the kind of Great Lakes area is also continuing to deal with a lot of this activity up there. Let's keep going. I'm going to take us towards Thursday on the 25th, and it looks almost identical. So we're almost at a week from today, and we can see that really nothing has changed. None of these days look quiet at all if you're in the deep south, southeast, or up kind of into the mid-Atlantic. We see that there is just this continued trend of heavy chance of precipitation from Texas eastward and then up the east coast here. So this continues on for day 5 or so here. We've already had a lot of days behind us, but we're seeing day 5 from the beginning of this model run. We see that there is, by Friday, still pockets of heavy precipitation, potentially in the form of showers or thunderstorms here for a lot of these deep south, southeast, and mid-Atlantic areas. I feel like a broken record, but really that's what it is. I mean, that's a week from today almost, and we are continuing to see it. The Four Corner States and some surrounding states continue to see quite a bit of activity here across the Four Corner States into states like Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, Nevada as well. So we're seeing lots and lots of that activity. And then for the Northeast here, just this continued sense of thunderstorms and showers being really a common thing here. Saturday on the 27th is finally, when there is some signs of slowing down, not an end, but slowing down. We still see that it over a lot of the south central, the deep south, and into the southeast, there is still a chance of thunderstorms and showers, but it does not look as high of a chance. It doesn't look as widespread, and it certainly doesn't look as heavy. So maybe slowing down for Saturday, like we said. Let's keep it going towards Sunday. and slowing down even further unless you're in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, or Oklahoma, where things do kind of uptick just a bit here. Let's take it towards Monday here on July 29th. And we once again see a heavier pocket of thunderstorms across the central states area, some over the southeast, but not nearly as widespread as it once was. And Tuesday looks like we do have this pocket here moving further eastwards. So this will likely be arriving for the coast, but this doesn't look to sit in place for a week or more at a time. This is a moving storm system, very normal and very different than what we've been seeing, which is certainly not normal. That's not the word I would use to describe what we've been seeing and what we're expecting. Certainly not. Let's take a look at the total precipitation, and we see near normal for a lot of the west here precipitation. The north central and northeast here, we're seeing slightly above normal precipitation for these areas. And then for the deep south into the southeast, we see absurdly above normal precipitation from Texas through Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, and even up into some of the Delmarva, New Jersey, and eastern Pennsylvania, I would include in that as well. As we take a look at kind of just the precipitation anomalies here, which is going to give us a good sense of the compared to normal amounts. And again, a slightly above average for some of the upper Midwest, slightly above average here for the Northeast as well. Near normal to maybe a little bit below normal out west, but far above normal here for the deep south into the southeast and up the coast there. In the greens, we're experiencing anywhere from 0.1 to 2 inches above average over just the next 15 days. But in these blues that we see for some of Texas and Louisiana, even up through into some of the southeast, we are seeing 2 to 5 inches of precipitation across these areas. Certainly a whole lot of precipitation expected, exceeding far above normal from what we expect to see on a normal kind of mid to late July time frame. Now, for your tropics, again, we don't really see anything develop here. I want to show this daily, though, through the hurricane season, so we will kind of walk through it together. This is kind of the tropical flow. We're not going to show it today. We did show it yesterday, but there is a lot of dust just kind of inherently just flowing into these areas, which is very common this time of year, and that is really dwindling any chances of development. We do see the waves come through, but they just don't develop because of that dust. So let's watch them play out. We get multiple, and you probably could sit there and count how many we get come off of Africa. I would say it's 5, 6, or even 7 there total that we see coming off of Africa, but just none of them are able to develop, again, because of that major Saharan dust that we have in place, which is really saving us right now. We do have the cold air in place, warmer out west, but that looks to change eventually, where we do see some signs of cooling, especially as we approach the end of July here. We see some cooling out west, which would bring the warmer temperatures back to the east here. So we're seeing that try to happen here a little bit. The only problem is things warm up back out west again and cool back down for the east. So could spell some issues a little bit. We could have some cooler, wetter weather continuing for the deep south into the southeast here, which would just be a really bad trend. And these areas remain very warm and very dry out west, and for some of the north central states and even some of the northeast at times. So that is not a good trend, considering these areas have already seen flooding rainfall and you know, probably already over their averages for July in most areas. And there's still 10 days to go, 10 very wet days to go upcoming. So pretty bad news there. For the Storm Prediction Center outlook, day 1, we see on Saturday, July 20th, we have 2 or 3 even general thunderstorm risk areas in the lighter greens. That's where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so please heed every watch, warning, and advisory. We have 2 darker green areas, one just to the east of the Rockies for some of the plains, and then one for the southeast there, where we do have a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather. For day 2 here, which will be Sunday, July 21st, we just have a very, very large general thunderstorm risk area there. For day 3 on Monday, same thing, a very, very large general thunderstorm risk area there for almost the entirety of the United States. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Be sure to subscribe as we do upload every single day. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.